The cinematic brilliance of Quentin Tarantino. Top 10 movies. The name alone conjures images of sharp dialogue, stylized violence, and some of the most iconic scenes in cinematic history. He's a true auteur, a director who writes, directs, and even acts in his own films, injecting each one with his unique brand of cinematic cool. And folks, his films? They're not just movies, they're experiences. Tarantino's work has left an indelible mark on the world of cinema, inspiring countless filmmakers and captivating audiences for decades. So buckle up, grab your big kahuna burger, and red apple cigarettes. Because today we're diving into the top 10 Tarantino movies that every film lover needs to see. We gotta start with the one that changed everything. 1994's Pulp Fiction. This wasn't just Tarantino's sophomore effort, it was a grenade thrown into the lap of Hollywood. A bold declaration that the rules of storytelling were meant to be broken. The non-linear narrative jumping back and forth in time could have been a recipe for disaster, but in Tarantino's hands, it became a mesmerizing tapestry of crime, comedy, and unforgettable dialogue. You remember that scene in the diner? You know the one I'm talking about? Pulp Fiction is jam-packed with iconic moments like that, scenes that instantly entered the pop culture lexicon. But beyond the sharp dialogue and stylized violence, it's the characters that truly resonate. John Travolta's Vincent Vega, Samuel L. Jackson's Jules Winfield, Uma Thurman's Mia Wallace. These aren't just characters, they're icons. It took home the Palme d'Or at Cannes and snagged Tarantino his first Oscar for Best Original Screenplay. Pulp Fiction is a masterpiece of modern cinema, a film that demands to be seen, dissected, and discussed. Before Pulp Fiction took the world by storm, there was Reservoir Dogs, Tarantino's debut feature that announced his arrival as a cinematic force to be reckoned with. This is a film stripped down to its bare essentials, a heist gone wrong, a group of colorfully named criminals trapped in a warehouse, and a whole lot of tension. Shot on a shoestring budget, Reservoir Dogs is a testament to Tarantino's raw talent. The dialogue crackles with energy, the performances are electric, and the violence, while stylized, is undeniably impactful. The film introduced audiences to Tarantino's signature style, non-linear storytelling, sharp dialogue, pop culture references galore, and unforgettable characters. Reservoir Dogs premiered at Sundance in 1992 and instantly became a cult classic. While it may not have achieved the mainstream success of Pulp Fiction, Reservoir Dogs remains a touchstone of independent cinema. It's a raw, visceral experience that showcases the birth of a cinematic voice that would go on to redefine Hollywood. Now let's talk about a film that takes Tarantino's love of genre bending to a whole new level. 2009's Inglourious Basterds is a World War II epic unlike any other. A blood-soaked revenge fantasy that reimagines history with Tarantino's signature wit and audacity. Imagine this. A band of Jewish-American soldiers led by the ruthless Aldo Raine, played with scene-stealing gusto by Brad Pitt, is dropped behind enemy lines with one mission: to raise hell and kill Nazis. Inglourious Basterds features one of Tarantino's most masterful sequences in the opening scene, a slow-burn, tension-filled encounter between a French farmer and a Nazi colonel, Hans Landa, played with chilling charisma by Christoph Waltz. Inglourious Basterds is a wildly ambitious, genre-bending spectacle that somehow manages to be both hilarious and horrifying, often within the same scene. The film was nominated for 8 Academy Awards, with Christoph Waltz taking home the Oscar for Best Supporting Actor. This is Tarantino at his most audacious, a filmmaker who's not afraid to rewrite history in the name of entertainment. Jackie Brown, a love letter to blaxploitation. Jackie Brown, released in 1997, is a gem in Tarantino's filmography. It's a slow-burning crime thriller inspired by 1970s blaxploitation films. Pam Grier shines as Jackie, a flight attendant caught in a dangerous game. She's tough, resourceful, and plays both sides to survive. The dialogue is sharp, and the characters are richly drawn. Samuel L. Jackson is electrifying as Ordell Robbie. Jackie Brown is a masterclass in character development. It's a mature, nuanced film that deserves a spot on any must-watch list. Kill Bill, Volume 1, a symphony of revenge and style. Hold on to your hats, folks, because now we're diving into the world of Kill Bill, a 2-part epic that's pure Tarantino unleashed. Released in 2003, Kill Bill, Volume 1 is a revenge thriller unlike anything you've ever seen. Uma Thurman stars as the bride, a former assassin left for dead on her wedding day. she awakens from a coma seeking revenge against her former boss, Bill, and his deadly Viper assassination squad. Kill Bill Volume 1 is a visual feast with inventive action sequences. From the anime-inspired showdown with Gogo Yubari to the epic battle against the Crazy 88, Tarantino pulls out all the stops. And the music! Tarantino's soundtrack choices are always on point. From Nancy Sinatra's Bang Bang to the surf rock stylings of the 5.6.7.8, the soundtrack perfectly complements the film's energy. Kill Bill Volume 1 is a wild, exhilarating ride, a love letter to cinema. It's a must-see for any fan of action cinema, and it's only half the story. Kill Bill Volume 2, completing the saga with heart and emotion. Alright, we left off with the bride one step closer to completing her revenge. But Kill Bill, Volume 2, released just a few months later in 2004, takes us deeper into the bride's journey, exploring her past, her motivations, and ultimately, her capacity for forgiveness. While Volume 1 was all about kinetic action and stylish violence, Volume 2 slows things down, allowing for more character development and emotional resonance. We learn more about the bride's training under the tutelage of Pai Mei, played with gruff wisdom by Gordon Liu, and we finally come face-to-face with Bill, played with enigmatic charm by David Carradine. Volume 2 is a different beast than its predecessor, folks. It's more introspective, more dialogue-heavy, but no less engaging. The final confrontation between the bride and Bill is a masterclass in tension and emotional payoff. Kill Bill Volume 2 is a fitting conclusion to the bride's saga, a film that's both action-packed and emotionally resonant. Together, Volume 1 and Volume 2 form a complete cinematic experience. A wild ride that's as unforgettable as it is emotionally satisfying. Django Unchained, a southern fried spaghetti western. Let's mosey on over to Django Unchained, a bold, bloody, and often hilarious take on the western genre. Jamie Foxx stars as Django, a freed slave on a quest to rescue his wife from a cruel plantation owner. With sharp dialogue and top-notch performances, it's a powerful story about freedom and revenge. The Hateful Eight, a powder keg of tension and suspense. Let's hunker down for 2015's The Hateful Eight. Tarantino's claustrophobic chamber piece set in a stagecoach lodge during a blizzard, featuring John Ruth, a bounty hunter played by Kurt Russell, and his prisoner Daisy played by Jennifer Jason Leigh, Major Marquis Warren played by Samuel L. Jackson, and Chris Mannix played by Walton Goggins. Trapped inside, they confront secrets and lies as the body count rises. Tarantino builds tension, keeping us guessing. The Hateful Eight demands your attention. A slow burn leading to an explosive climax. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, a love letter to 1969 Los Angeles. Now let's take a trip back to the golden age of Hollywood with 2019's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. This is Tarantino's love letter to 1969 Los Angeles, a sprawling and nostalgic ode to the era of hippies, cowboys, and the changing face of the film industry. We follow the intertwined stories of Rick Dalton, a fading Western star played with weary charm by Leonardo DiCaprio, and Cliff Booth, his stunt double and best friend, played with cool confidence by Brad Pitt. As they navigate the changing landscape of Hollywood, they cross paths with a colorful cast of characters both real and fictional, including Sharon Tate, played with radiant innocence by Margot Robbie. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is a film that defies easy categorization, folks. It's a nostalgic look back at a bygone era and a meditation on the nature of fame, friendship, and the power of cinema. Death Proof, a grindhouse throwback with bite. Alright folks, let's wrap things up with a wild ride through the world of exploitation cinema with 2007's Death Proof. This is Tarantino paying homage to the grindhouse films of the 1970s, complete with over-the-top violence, car chases, and a cast of tough-talking characters. We're introduced to stuntman Mike, played with chilling intensity by Kurt Russell, a scarred stunt driver with a deadly secret. His car is a weapon, and he gets his kicks by stalking and killing unsuspecting women. But Mike picks the wrong group of women to mess with when he crosses paths with Zoe Bell, playing herself, a stunt woman with a need for speed and a knack for survival. Death Proof is Tarantino at his most playful, folks. It's a film that revels in its B-movie influences, embracing the tropes and excesses of the grindhouse genre with gleeful abandon. While it may not be for everyone, Death Proof is a wild and entertaining ride, a testament to Tarantino's love for all things cinema. The enduring legacy of Quentin Tarantino. So there you have it, folks, our top 10 Quentin Tarantino films. From the gritty streets of Los Angeles to the dusty trails of the Wild West, Tarantino has taken us on a wild ride through his unique cinematic universe. His films are more than just entertainment, they're a reflection of his encyclopedic knowledge of film history, his love of genre, and his unwavering commitment to his own singular vision. Whether you love him or hate him, there's no denying Quentin Tarantino's impact on cinema. He's a true original, a filmmaker who continues to surprise, challenge, and entertain audiences worldwide. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing to our channel for more content like this. Your support means a lot to us.